What's up, Clay? We here.
Mazo,
Hey, you back in the States, huh?
I'm back stateside. I'm finally even back in Brooklyn. Enough
Man,
of the traveling for now. As you can probably see and hear, I brought back a little cold from Europe with me, so
yeah, I can hear it. It's okay though. You're
all
gonna
good.
feel better.
I'll be fine.
Nothing like Big Blue that make you feel better. Nothing like that make you feel better.
The football cure. That's
Oh yeah, oh yeah,
what
oh
I'm
yeah,
all about.
oh yeah, oh
The
yeah.
season starts tomorrow. What is that about? That's crazy.
It is. It's just really,
The
really. It is
season
like
starts
amazing that
tomorrow.
tomorrow Thursday night football, right? It's crazy. But that's cool. It's
Yep.
like you said earlier though. Football's on from now until just
The
until.
foreseeable future.
Right.
Yes. So, first of all, Clay from Brooklyn, football with the fellas. Who am I here with?
It's your man Mazo. It's all about Big Blue. And
Yes,
you know
sir.
what? We are, and we said in our last couple episodes, you see how hyped we was and all, but we've had some time to, let the hypeness kind of calm
Yeah.
down.
Off
And
the
now,
break.
we're pumping the brakes a bit, and we're gonna go into this season. We're gonna still be optimistic now. We're gonna
Oh
be
yeah,
optimistic, but we're gonna be realistic at the same time also.
exactly. But before we do that, guys, you know what we're gonna ask. Take a minute, grab that like button, share, like, subscribe, comment. You know the drill. This is what we do. This is what you do. That's
Oh
why
yeah.
you're watching. So we wanted you to know every time we put one out. So do that for us now, so you can stay up to date with every episode we put out. And there's gonna be a lot of them now that the season's back.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
All
we
right, let's have
appreciate
to
you
get that
too.
business out the way.
We appreciate your support. We really do. Seriously do.
Absolutely.
Now, Clay, let me tell you something. With you not being here, I was kind of like, I was looking at, the when the Giants cut guys and all, and I seen some guys who got cut, and I was like, no, no, no. I was glad that Turbo, he got cut, but he's back on the practice squad now.
I was very nervous about that.
But our tight end room, you
We
talked
lost
about
Greg Dulcich.
man.
And I like Greg Dulcich. Listen, it was almost certain that we were going to lose at least one of them because we
Right.
had, five good tight ends. But I really wanted to keep Greg Dulcich.
Fedori made it, right? Fedori.
But don't make the team. And to be fair, Bellinger is somebody who I was pushing for the last couple of years. But now that we've basically wasted his whole rookie deal, I was ready to move on from him and keep Greg Dulcich at about a third of the cost.
Right.
And just as a brief aside, we are 32nd and last in the NFL in salary cap space right now with negative $9.5 million. Let me say that again. We are $9.5 million over the cap right now.
And that means
That's a problem. That means we have to restructure some people and do some serious tiptoeing around some contracts in the next couple of days. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure if it has to be by tomorrow or just by Sunday when our first game is, but we can't go into the season over the cap. So we got to figure that out very soon. Probably some restructuring of some of the bigger contracts. But if we had just let Bellinger go and kept Dulcich, that's $3 million right there. If we had let Nunez Roches go and kept Chapman, that's another, I think, 3.5 million there. I mean, we could have made some better decisions financially that, in my opinion, wouldn't have been significantly different as far as what the team is able to achieve
right.
roster wise.
It's gonna be all right. They're gonna figure it out. I mean, they do it all the
They'll
time.
figure it out.
It'll be math. It'll be math. But I like my tight end room. I really enjoyed my tight end room, and
Yes.
these guys are gonna play a key part in the Giants' success this year.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I think teams are going to sleep on our tight ends to their own peril.
To their own peril. To their own peril.
After a few weeks, they'll be like, oh, you know what? Maybe you should pay attention to the Giants tight ends. And I know a lot of people have been saying, but Russell doesn't like to throw to his tight ends. Maybe because he hasn't had this good a tight end room.
Right. I was gonna say that. What I'm hoping that Russell doesn't do. I had this thought about it real quick. So we used to talk about this with Daniel Jones.
Okay.
I'm hoping the first play is not a quick out because I can see it going the other way because the guy's going to jump it and then go the other way. I'd like him with a pump fake that and hit one of the tight ends over the middle. I would like that, and they'll be like 2nd and 5, maybe, second and 3. Or if he could pump fake that one time and then see one of our wide receivers streaking down the sideline and throw a bomb. Be aggressive, but be smart at the same time too.
Right, right. So I'm again realistic, optimistic, but realistic. I'm not just drinking the blue Kool-Aid. I'm trying to, temper my enthusiasm. But the more I look at this, the more I do still think that, our matchups are favorable. I like the way that we compare along the line of scrimmage with Washington. They've got a rookie right tackle in Josh Connerly, who, I mean, he's a rookie. This is his first game in the NFL.
Right.
We don't know what he's going to be yet, but more than likely he's going to be the starter. They have Andrew Wiley, who was the Chiefs starter, who they signed away in free agency, who is the backup right tackle. I'm not scared of him. Basically, long story short, as I've said before, the only offensive lineman they have that I would consider top tier is Laremy Tunsil. Guess how many snaps Laremy Tunsil played in the preseason?
0.
The same number as me and you. That's something the three of us have in common. Me, you, and Laremy Tunsil played the same number of snaps. So is he going to be in midseason form, ready to go, and looking over at the left guard and like, okay, we got this chemistry going? No.
Not at all.
And he's going to be blocking Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeaux, and Abdul Carter.
That's scary. That's if they can put the pressure on Daniels, if they can put this, oh man, it'll make our D-backs play a little bit better. They'll look better. They'll look better.
Again, if we can stop the run, and that's a man-sized if, as Mark Ruffalo likes to say, if we can stop the run and put them in passing situations, I'll give you an example. As you know, you and I are in a fantasy league together, and I know Jayden Daniels is your quarterback. Well, I'm in a second fantasy league, and I have Jayden Daniels on my team there too. I benched him this week. I'm going with Drake May because I can't put Jayden Daniels in against our Giants. It's not just because I'm a Giants fan. I just don't think a quarterback's going to have a lot of time to throw against this team.
Yeah, it could be.
Now, Jayden Daniels might wind up with 60 yards rushing, but
right.
I don't think he's throwing for 250 yards. I just don't see it.
No, I can see. I really don't either. I see him running for his life. And we just got our backs got to just stick with the receivers. Just like a count of 3, 4, and stick with them.
And not that many receivers. They're not putting 5 out in the pattern. They got a block. If you got Dexter coming up the middle, and Burns and Thibodeaux, or Burns and Carter, or Thibodeaux and Carter coming off the edge, you either gonna need a tight end to chip, or running back to stay in and help with Dexter, or maybe both. There's only 5 eligible receivers, right? So if you got 1 or 2 of them staying in on pass protection, that only leaves 3 in the pattern. Debo can cover 1. Holland can cover 1. Everybody else can cover 1 for 3 seconds.
It should work. It should work.
I'm oversimplifying to make the point that we don't have to be great on the back end. We have to be fairly good for 2.5 seconds so that the quarterback says, the only 2 or 3 people I put in this pattern, none of them are open yet. This is a problem, because I can feel that these guys are going to be here in the next second. I got to throw the ball. I got to pull it down and run. I got to do something, because I don't have the luxury of the second read, the third read. No, we're not going through progressions against this pass. Not on 3rd and long. Now, maybe on 1st and 10 on play action, but not on 3rd and long.
Yeah, I think with the point you made earlier is gonna be the key. It's how we fare against the run. That's gonna be it. If they got 2nd and 3, we're in trouble.
Yes.
If they got 2nd and 5, I don't like that. I want them 2nd and 9.
I want 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9.
Right.
Pretty consistently. In fact, I'd love 2nd and 10, because I'd love for them to play action and throw an incomplete pass. And now they're behind the sticks and they're like, oh man, do I really want to run? Because if I only get 3 or 4 yards now, it's 3rd and 8, 3rd and 7. They could definitely gonna be pinning their ears back then.
You know they coming. You know they coming.
So, they're gonna have a lot of difficult decisions to make. Anyway, that's again, I'm very much looking forward to this game. I feel confident that on the line of scrimmage, which is normally our weak point, right? Our offensive line has been traditionally not so great. And again, Andrew Thomas is probably not going to play. So we got to come to grips with that. And
I was
we have to
hoping
be
they
able to
would.
stop the run. But in this matchup, I don't think it's going to cost us as much because their interior defensive line is not great against the run. So we should be able to run the ball on them, and we should be able to keep them, you would think, off of our quarterback. Marcus Bowe should start at left tackle, in my opinion. I keep hearing people saying James Hudson's going to start. I think Marcus Bowe
It's
should
still up in
start
the
at left
air.
tackle. I
I was
mean,
listening. It's still up in the air. Who's gonna? They haven't made the final
no, they
decision.
haven't announced it, but I'm saying if you ask me what I would prefer, I prefer Marcus Bowe. I think Marcus Bowe clearly outplayed
Yeah,
James Hudson in the preseason. Now, again, that was the preseason, and you know,
we know
who
how
knows what,
vanilla the defenses were, right?
right? Vanilla defense and everything, but Bowe looked good,
it,
and Hudson did not.
it's funny. You mentioned that earlier in our pregame discussion. You were talking about like we were talking about Jackson Dart. There's a lot of fans out there who want Jackson Dart to start right now, and we're saying what? Pump the brakes because of what you said. The vanilla defense is going on out there. So
Quick shout out to our friends over at New York Revival. They had Tiki Barber on last night. And Tiki was saying exactly that. He said, I went back and watched the preseason tape of every game with sound off because I don't want to hear Giants announcers, you know, juicing them up. And I just watched the tape. He said, and Jackson Dart did have command and looked, comfortable, and the moment wasn't too big for him, but he was facing second, third, and fourth stringers in the most vanilla defenses he's ever going to see in the NFL. He said they were in, cover two with safeties that aren't even going to be on the roster,
right.
turning and running to get back to their deepest point. And he was like, "Oh, you're just going to let me throw this slant? Okay, well, thanks." And to his credit, he would complete that
Right.
pass. But it's not going to be that easy once the regular season comes and the starters are on the field and the defensive coordinators are mixing things up. So basically, long story short, he was saying, we really have no idea what Jackson Dart's going to be yet,
Right.
not
Right.
based on what we just saw. Remember, Daniel Jones looked great in the preseason of his rookie year.
We see that where that went.
He looked great the first regular season game of his rookie
And then it happened.
year. So small sample size, and no.
I tell you, I really like Jackson Dart for what you see, but honestly, if Russ is if he's still starting 8, 9 games into the season, that means we are doing well. We're doing something right.
One would
I'm
think.
about the W. I'm about
Yes,
the W. I mean, if
yes.
Russ can start and we're winning and we're looking good, I'll say Jackson, keep watching, watch the
Keep
film,
watching.
learn and learn. It's fine. If you don't get in, it's okay. You know,
It's more than okay.
it's really because the bottom line is we want the W.
Correct. I
We
would
want the
much
W.
rather be, 10-7 with Russell Wilson playing all 17 games
Right.
than 4-13 so Jackson Dart can start the last 10 games. That I don't
No,
want
I
to
don't
sit through
want that.
one of those.
I don't want that.
I'm not looking forward to that.
And you know Jackson Dart is the number two quarterback now.
Yes, yes, I saw that. And I'm fine with that. I mean, that to me is almost irrelevant, unless Russ either gets hurt or, there's a blowout in either direction, he shouldn't be coming out the game anyway.
Right.
So like whoever is listed as the backup, I don't care. And I think Jameis has been around long enough where his ego doesn't need that stroking. He doesn't need to be,
No.
told he's the backup or whatever. The only reason it might be of some concern is if we only suit up two quarterbacks. So as long as we're going to suit up all three of them, I don't care which one they call the backup.
They
So
got to suit up all three. They got to suit up all three.
I would think so.
They really have to. And
I would
see, I'm looking at it. James, now that DeVito's gone,
right.
Jameson will probably hang around even next year and be the backup next year.
Oh yeah, that was the plan. That was the plan. That's why they signed him to a 2-year, $8 million contract so they could have him as the backup next year. And that's fine. Like again, that's way down the road to me right now. But yes, if we need him, he'll still be here next year. I
It's
have a
those
feeling that
commanders.
somebody else is going to make us a nice offer for him sooner than that because there's a lot of quarterback rooms around the league that just look abysmal. And this is in the preseason. Imagine when they start going up against the starters and the real defenses. It seems like the Saints and the Colts, and I'll just leave it there. The Saints and the Colts in particular are
Right.
probably going to say, that Jameis Winston guy, he's probably better than what we have. So
Too bad we got him. We're not getting, we got him.
I mean, they make us a strong offer. But again, we've talked about that many times in different episodes. I'll just say, keep the phone nearby and keep it open mind. Mr. Shane, phone nearby, open mind. That's all I'm asking.
Hey, against the Commanders, I really believe we can win this game, and I'm always crazy with my predictions as far as the scores. And
Okay.
I tell you, my mind went to 21-17,
Okay.
Big Blue.
That's a famous
21-17.
score for us. That's a Super Bowl winning score for us.
Right. I mean, I can, if we can just get ahead, that's what, and not become from
Right.
behind. I mean, if we can just get the lead and just
Right.
be in holding at that point. Because then if they have to throw, that means our guys on defense can go get them.
No question. No question. And in fact, I was saying to someone the other day that I think it's a race to 20. Like the first team with 20 points wins. Because I don't think they're both going to get to 20 points. Listen, you never know. It could be 38-35. But realistically speaking, I don't think they're going to put together a lot of long sustained drives against us. And they may obviously break off a big play every now and then, but
Right.
he's not going to have time to sit back in the pocket. Somebody might break a tackle on a quick out and take it up the sideline,
Right.
but he's not going to sit in the pocket while you run a double out and up.
No, it's not.
So we'll see. I think our defense can hold teams, especially this team week 1.
Yeah.
Right. Their second best offensive lineman is Sam Cosmi, and he's not playing. He's injured. So, and those other interior offensive linemen, I'm not impressed by. So, yeah, I like our chances. But more important, or maybe not more important, but equally importantly, I think we're going to get a W this week. But I really want to see what all this stuff we've been talking about for months looks like when it counts.
Right.
What is the offensive line going to look like for real against a real defensive line? What is the Tyrone Tracy, Cam Scatterboo, Devin Singletary backfield, the three-headed monster, going to look like?
Yeah, that's true.
Situation.
That's true. That is true. That's like,
is Russ going to have any moon balls, any opportunity to throw some moon balls to Neighbors, to Slayton, perhaps to Hyatt? Is he, what will it look like for real? We've been talking about it a lot. Now we're going to see it.
Yeah. What is that one kid, number 8, I think it was.
Bo Collins.
Is it Bo Collins? Is it Bo Collins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bo Collins, the one who caught the
the
80-yard pass that should have been an 81-yard touchdown or something.
I just have this feeling again. For me, it's one of those type of guys who's going to break off a big play. I'm just looking at. I just see it. We're going to go.
Darius Slayton. Darius Slayton is a solid receiver.
He is.
Teams tend to sleep on him, or fans anyway tend to sleep on him. But Darius Slayton is no joke.
We got two good ones out there now. So
you go back to his rookie year, he was looking good with Daniel Jones throwing to him. So imagine now with Russell Wilson throwing to him. He's a fast, solid receiver. He's had his share of drops over his career, but he's kind of cleaned that up a lot in recent years. And he's been the guy on several of these years, right? So now that he's clearly not the guy, he's going to be facing softer, easier coverage. So
he don't need to be the guy now. Like you said, he can catch a slant. He can catch a hook. He's going to be open. He's going to be open more.
Yeah.
But
that's what we think.
Right.
This is what we think. We want to hear what y'all think. What do you think about week 1? What do you think about the fact that we're almost $10 million over the salary cap on Wednesday?
Oh my God.
Having made some questionable decisions. What do you think about Micah Parsons now being out of the division? We still play him this year, but once, not twice.
Right.
Et cetera, et cetera. How would they let us know, Mazo? How would they let us know?
Hey, right there in the comments, put something in the comments and let us know what you think about, because I want to know what you think about my tight end room for one. Definitely want my tight end room. Definitely. And then please, everybody, please let Jackson Dart develop. Let him watch on the sidelines for a while. Back Russ, definitely back Russ. He's our starting quarterback right now. Back him. And get excited. And I want to see that defensive line. I want to see those guys in action. That's what I really want to see. If you want to hear that too, put that down in the comments and let us know about that. Definitely let us know about
Yes, sir.
it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I hope you all like
right, guys, so
our new background and all. This is our
yes. Welcome to our new
fellas.
office. I should have said that from the beginning. Welcome to our new office.
That's right. We're serious about this year. We're ready. We're
ready. Get ready with us. All right, y'all. Clay from Brooklyn, Football with the Fellas. And who am I here with?
It's your man Mazo. And remember, it was the preseason. Off season's already passed, and now it's regular season. And during all those times, it's all about Big Blue.
Yes, sir.
Hey, until next time, peace. Big shout out to El Marquis Productions, the talent behind the music and production here at Football with the Fellas. It's all about Big Blue. Their beats bring energy and excitement to every episode. El Marquis' skills in mixing, mastering, and creating top quality sound make the podcast come alive each week. For your own projects, check out elmarquisproductions.com and take your sound to the next level.